Welcome to sort of a build guide, sort of a blog, sort of business. I'm Civvie, and we're gonna be putting together my new gaming computer, piece by piece, actually. So I'm gonna do a video each time I unbox something. We're gonna do the accompanying how to install such product. I don't have a lot of time to go and do this really slowly. Also, one of my cameras is about to run out of batteries. That's great. But I do want to kind of do a sort of like, I don't know. I was just thrown a computer at first to figure out how to put it together. So we're going to kind of go through it, and hopefully I remember how to do it. Hopefully we don't do something really dumb. And hopefully all the parts work. So I just unboxed the motherboard. You can see it right here on the top shot and the side shot. And we're going to put it into the Be Quiet case that I have here. So this one here, this camera here, not going to be exactly useful. The top camera is going to be where most of the action is. There's unfortunately some dog food over there. So we're going to stick this motherboard into this case. First step, we need the plate. I don't know how many times I've accidentally installed the entire computer and forgot to put the plate in. Put the plate in first. So it goes this way, and it just goes right in this hole right here. It just kind of slots in. You get a little push, and then it sticks in there. A lot of the time, you actually don't have to change these between motherboards. But for today, we're only putting one motherboard in, so we only need one. We're going to need some screws. This case came with a bunch of screws, so hopefully we have the correct screws. We need some small motherboard screws. Pro tip, check the manual, and it will tell you what they want you to use for motherboard screws. You can put non-motherboard screws into the motherboard screw holes, but it's not a good idea. So we're looking for, those look like motherboard screws, but they're apparently not. We are looking for these ones with the kind of tilted head sort of business here. You can just kind of see them over there. So we don't need that anymore right now. And what we do need is to put this motherboard in the slot. You're going to need a screwdriver, which I happen to have right here. I'm not like this Linus Tech Tips guy who's got a fancy screwdriver. I just got a normal ass screwdriver. And let's put some motherboard in just like so. Usually you would put standoffs. Depending on your case, you may put standoffs in your motherboard, or in the case. Usually a good idea is to get the motherboard in first, and then figure out where you actually need to put your standoffs. Because from the feels of this, I've got standoffs in places I don't need them to start with. Or, I don't have the motherboard in the right spot. There's a little fiddling, but once you get it in there, it works quite well. Yeah, I think this hole right here, I got hair in my eyes. This hole right here actually goes onto this little standoff right here that's already installed, and then you should just be able to slide it right in, hopefully. I think that's the plan. Yeah, from the feels of it. That's what they planned. But it doesn't seem like my motherboard wants to go in the hole, which is bad news for me. Oh, there we go. Oh. Usually you don't have to force it. It should just fit. But sometimes, you know, a little positive encouragement helps. So like I can see right there. I could see that it was getting real close to that standoff, and that I kind of needed it to get in there. It appears they only gave me 2 motherboard standoffs in here, because I was thinking that this board actually kind of touches a lot, but it looks like it might just be fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So let's take our tiny ass screws right here. Try not to lose them since they're black in a black case, which will look really nice. It's impossible to find if they go somewhere. And I like to do the corners, personally, I like to do the corners first. So there's one right here, in this case. Goes right down here, maybe. Yep. Right down here. And then there's one up here. If you're building a case that does not have a huge cutout, like this one does, I would suggest to put your CPU cooler, there we go, get caught now. Put your CPU cooler on first, because a lot of coolers have backdrops, like pieces that go on the back, and it is not fun to pull your entire computer out to put the back in for your giant CPU cooler. I had to do that with the 212. It was not cool. All right, so now that we got the corners in, the rest of them just kind of go right in right away. And it's no problem. Boop. You don't actually have to put, like, there's holes in the corners here, but this motherboard is small enough that it doesn't hit the corners. It shouldn't really be a problem as long as you got 2 or 3 of them in there. And then that's it for that first bit. I think I'm gonna split these up into videos separately. So that was the motherboard video. If you're sticking around and watching the whole thing, just sit there. It'll be in a playlist, or I'll just make a huge long video with all the pieces in it. I kind of skipped the installing hard drive because I think you can do that. I think you're okay with this. So for today, clean up your workspace. I'm Civvie, and I'll see you guys in the next video where we are going to, if you're watching the unboxings, we're going to unbox Core i7 7700K, or if you're watching the build guide, we're going to put this in. We're going to put it right like that. That's how it works, right? Anyway, I'm Civvie, and I'll see you guys next time.